set up an implement on Fendt One, make sure you have the right implement up there that you want to save this to. Then we're going to hit the wrench or the gear button down there. And then over on the right hand corner, there's this right there. This is where we come in and create a new implement. We're going to add an implement, so let's push there. And then this is where you can name it. So let's do implement 1 if you want to do more or something like that. Let's come over here, more. You can see it changes there. Hit the check mark down in this corner here. So now we can see we're going to set up a more. First one I do is the full width. So full width of the machine is here. So if we're going to do a 10 foot more, 10 foot, and then make sure this one's at 0. 10 foot. This 5 foot here is measured from the drawbar to the far right side. So if we're directly behind, this would be 5 foot, would be centered. If we're going to be doing an offset, you're going to measure from the center of the drawbar to the outside of the right. So if we're doing an offset on a mower, swing your mower out, take a tape measure, measure from your drawbar to the far right side of that mower, and then put that number in right here. So if it's 10 foot, something like that, we're going to do a 10 foot. 10 foot here, 0 inches. Now it's actually going to be to the right. This is how far back then your mower is from your tractor. So let's just say it's 10 foot behind, 10 foot 0 inches, check. Now there's more page on here, so if we take this and we push up, this is where we do mapping. So we got to figure out what kind of implement it is, if we're a pull type. So if we're pulling off the drawbar, we're going to hit drawbar here, and then hit check mark. And then how we want it to trigger starting and stopping. So if we're doing raise and lower on a hydraulic, we're going to make one of these green. You can see we got multiple ones that we can add. So then select which rear hydraulic remote we're on. So if we're on green, we're going to hit green remote. And then this is start mapping and stop mapping. So start mapping, if we're doing minus or float, we're going to tap on one of those, and then stop mapping's here. So also then we have a steerable axle or a rigid axle. So normally we do rigid. We're on drawbar, so if we scroll back down, then we can see this is where we're at. So we're a mower. We're basically 10 foot behind. There's another measurement in here for where the wheels are, but for easy figuring, you can just do 10 foot 0 inches on that as well. So we're offset on the top, on the back. We're a 10 foot wide mower. Everything's in here. Now we can see we got a mower right here. And then if you wanted to change something, you'd hit the gears, and that gets you back to this display here. Back out. And now up on your map, you're going to see where this is set. So on this mower, you can see we need to be a little bit more to the right because it's not going to track correctly. So let's go back in here, hit the gears, and then come up here, hit this, and then find our mower, hit the gears on the mower. We're going to come in here and do a wider offset. So let's do a 15 foot offset to the right. Hit our back arrow, keep going back. Now you can see this mower probably pretty close to where that's going to be set. So now it'll steer and drive off of where that's going.